All right, guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. Going to be going over the most optimal way to max enter the Dell Technologies Match play. Going to go over the step-by-step process, and it's a very simple process actually to be able to max enter there for the Dell Technologies Match play. We're going to get into that right now. Let's go, guys. All right, so step one is going to be join 9 to 5 Sports. $10 a month. That gives you access to the PGA DFS lineup builder. We're going to show you guys how to use that tool in a very simple step to be able to max enter. So first off, I do suggest that you guys go ahead and make a bracket. Now, there are different ways that you guys can use the lineup builder to get it the way you guys see fit. The way I'm going to show you here in this video is you want to get the top 4 picks on each side of the bracket. Okay, so you got to pick who's going to win the group stage. And then from there, we're going to make the most optimal, lineup builder there. So top 4, DJ Henley, and then Casey and Hatton. Okay. So the lineup optimizer is going to spit out one of those guys to advance, thus making it optimal. Then we're going to go Bryson Kokrak. That's who I ended up on. And then Streelman Horschel. Then from there, we go to the bottom right, Berger Brahm, Xander, Cam Smith, and then we go to the top right, JT Jordan, and then Harman, Patrick Reed. Okay, so we got those top 16, if you will, picked out. The top 4 that are going to advance on each part of the bracket. So from there, we go into our player grouping section here on the 9 to 5 Sports page. I already went through and entered them in, but for example purposes, I'll show you guys. So it would be Dustin Johnson there. It would be Hatton, Casey, and then who was the other one there? It was Henley, are the 4 that I had going on. Now, just how I established the 4 that I had advancing on from the group stage, it was pretty much which player had the least amount of upset ability. Really, when you're making your bracket, if March Madness has taught us anything, is you want to go with the picks that had the least amount of resistance. So, for the NCAA bracket, Gonzaga, pretty much a lock to make the Sweet 16. Same thing with Alabama. Same thing with Michigan and probably Baylor as well. I would group in there. And then, Houston really liked their opportunity to get to the Sweet 16, and they all made it there. There were some other picks here and there, like Illinois. They had to face Loyola, so they had some resistance there to make the Sweet 16. So for me, I really couldn't end up on them as the champions pick because they had a lot of resistance on their path to make it to the championship. You want to focus on the players that had the least amount of resistance to the championship realm. That's kind of how I ended up on, these players that I picked, also going through the model and whatnot. But just looking at this, you would do exactly, you want one of these players exactly is what we would do. Then we would add them in there. I already did this though. I already went through and did that for both groups. So I'm going to delete that specific line. So now we're just going to run it, which I have also already done. But so we ran it, and it's very simple to run it. New build, I set it to 40% for max exposures, and I ran it. And this is what it spit out to me. Paul Casey was the top dog, then Neiman, then Zatoris, Kokrak, Harman. But the nice thing about this is that none of the players that are going to be facing each other are going to be grouped out together because it's going to be spitting out the players that I want them to be on the most. Now, another step to take it a little bit further to make it even more optimal is that you kind of factor in some other picks that you think could potentially do some damage. They're not the players that you want to be on exactly, but you could see them doing some damage. But you kind of want to mix and match them from different sides of the bracket. So, for instance, let's see here. Maybe you don't feel all too good about Russell Henley. You want to get Mark Leishman into a couple of your builds because you think he's going to be able to beat Sungjae Im. Well, we'll throw in Mark Leishman. Say you like Sergio as well instead of Terrell Hatton. We'll throw in Sergio a little bit here and there. Let's keep going. Maybe you don't believe Bryson's going to win. I think he will. But, Tony Finau and Zatoris, they could easily win as well. We definitely want to get some of those guys in there. So we'll group those guys in there. Let's see here. Collin Morikawa potentially instead of Streelman there. I believe it was Streelman. So we'll throw in Collin Morikawa. It was Horschel. Answer we're going to throw in there. This is just kind of, maybe we're trying to factor in a little bit of safety with this. We're also trying to chase some upside with this as well. We'll go to the bottom right. I actually don't mind Shane Lowry. Oh, not Carlos Ortiz. Let's see here. You know, you don't really want to load up on 2 players too much from the same group because obviously you're capping your likelihood for that lineup to go out and succeed, that exposure. But for like Tony Finau, Kokrak, and Zatoris, I'm just going to do that for now because I really do want at least one of those guys in the build. Let's see here. Who else can we do? You know, I'm pretty good with that. Maybe Kevin Kisner we'll throw in there for value purposes. So we'll do that. And then I want exactly one of those players as well. No, we'll do at most 2 players there. At most. And now we'll run it again here. Just another way to take it a step further. So we'll do 150. We'll do, 50% player exposures. Give it a second to run. It typically takes, a couple of minutes not a couple of minutes, like a minute for that to, process. It's 150 lineups, lots of data that's going through. So give it a chance to run there. But once again, if you guys wanted to do it a slightly different way, you could, if there's like a certain bracket group that you think, hey, as long as we can find which player is going to make it out of this grouping, they have a strong chance to win. So a lot of people really like the JT, Oosthuizen, Kisner, Kuchar one. You could put those 4 players in a group as well, select it to be exactly one player makes it out of that bracket group, and then, sky's the limit there. And, you could do the same thing here for this bracket, the Tony Finau, Kokrak, Will Zatoris one, because I think, they're in a strong position as well. You could factor in those players. As long as one of those players makes it, you're good to go. And then you could also factor in, hey, I want Bryson or DJ in exactly one of my builds as well. You could do that as well, and I'll show you that real quick. But as you guys can see, it spit it out for me exactly how I wanted to. It's got the players specifically here in the optimal approach here to max enter in a very simple, easy way. This took 7 minutes, less than that, if I wasn't talking to you guys. So very easy approach to be able to max enter in the optimal way, and you're not going to be dead in the water. I mean, this is the route that you guys should go. Now, there might be some values that are popping up a little bit too much that you could, go through and sort a little bit. I'll show you guys, who is it? One player popping up a little bit too much. Anton Rosnier. A simple approach to that would be type him in, and if you don't like him, then you just click off of him. It's as simple as that. So real quick, kind of the other route that you guys can go if you guys want to go with it. We need to delete these lines real quick. So the other approach that you guys can go with is another one. So say you really like that JT1, JT1, you really like that grouping. So Kisner's in there. You have Kuchar in there. So Kevin Kisner and Matt Kuchar, they're not going to pop up on a model because they haven't been playing all too well. They're not going to be good stat fits, but they do have good match play history, but so does Louis Oosthuizen, and that's why Louis Oosthuizen is popping a lot. We know that if whoever makes it out of here is actually going to have a strong likelihood to advance. So say you throw those guys all into one group, you want one of those guys to advance in all your brackets, you can do it that way. Now, maybe you don't even want to do that. You could cap the max exposure of that group to 40%, to 20%. Okay, that's another way to do it. Another way for you guys to do that. It's as simple as that. Really. And then, I don't know, you could go, let's just do that. Tony Finau, Kokrak. Tony Finau, Jason Kokrak, Dylan Fratelli, and then Will Zatoris. So I want exactly one of those guys in every one of my builds. And then we go with DJ and Bryson because those guys, these two had the least amount of resistance to be able to advance. They got a really easy schedule. So I want at least one of those guys in every build. And then, some other players that I also really like, my dark horses for this event are going to be Paul Casey, Harman, and then Cam Smith as well. Those are kind of my dark horses for this one. So I want at least one of those guys. No, yeah, we'll do that. At least one. So new build, 150. Let it go. And then it's going to be good to go for us. Give it a second to load here. And it's as simple as this. I mean, this video is going to end up being, what, 11 minutes long here to max enter the most optimal way for a Dell Technologies Match play. Not many people can do that. As simple of an approach as, you know, we're able to. It's as simple as that for you guys. So pretty excited to get that tool out to you guys. And boom, there we go. Got the optimal lineup approach there for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you did. I know a lot of you guys will probably see some value in this. This is a video that I can do going forward as well. The 150 max entry lineup on YouTube. I already do it for the 9 to 5 members every week. It's a nice little process thing that we can do. That's why I've had multiple top 100 lineups. Some of those Sunday pushes just need to come our way a little bit more, and I could be taking down a GPP here or there. So hopefully that comes our way this week. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe. If you guys want to join 9 to 5 Nation, the link is in the description below. All right, thanks for watching, guys, and as always, let's keep passing.